this opening is very aggressive. This is the Sicilian Najdorf variation. So if you're not an aggressive person and you're not really used to counterattacking, don't try to play this. Uh, don't try to play this defense, especially if you're black, because against Sicilian defense, it's very aggressive uh, defense for black, but white can also be very aggressive. All right, and so there's a lot of counterattacking opportunities in here for both sides, right? So it starts off with the Sicilian e4, c5, and you want to trade off this pawn because this pawn is really controlling the middle. So take, hang on, this knight eyeing that, and this is the main line of the Sicilian defense. This is the main line, and there's a lot of things that you can do from here. You can you can advance this pawn in here, put this bishop in here, so it's gonna have a nice long diagonal attack. Every time you put this bishop in here, it's called a fianchetto. Right? It's some Italian word. So if you put your bishop in here, it's called a fianchetto. So you kind of wanna do that. And this is called the dragon variation. You know, you can always push this pawn forward right here. But today we're gonna look at the Najdorf variation. This is how the Najdorf goes. It goes like that. The purpose of this one, see Najdorf variation, is for this knight to prevent from checking that king over there, right? And also in the future you want to push this full pawn forward and swing this rook over here so it has a nice c file right there. Now there's a lot of ways that white can counterattack in here. Again, this is so in defense, you gotta counterattack every time, you know, or if not, you're gonna fall behind and it's really hard to, you know, play defense again if you're playing Sicilian as black or white. So if you're playing as white, you kind of want to be aggressive and put a lot of pressure in this knight over here. And there's a lot of ways black can respond to that. That's by pushing this pawn forward right here, or they can push the pawn forward in there. But let's see what happens if the pawn is right here. Right, it's protecting the pawn structure, and also this right here is protecting the knight, right? And I don't know. Again, you wanna as white and black, you wanna keep the pressure on, right? So sometimes they push this forward. Let's go to the white. So is to um the purpose of that is to attack this pawn, right? And when you get this bishop out and when you castle in here, you have a nice f-file attack. It's gonna be open just like how this file is open right here. You see? Hold up. Okay, the next thing if you're white, the next thing you could do is go over here, you know, trying to defend this on here. And I don't know. Again, you want to keep putting on the pressure, right? So you might want to put the queen in here. Now you have a nice um castling on the queen side, and when you take this out, and you can castle in both sides, right? So this is really nice attacking for for both sides, right? And right here you kind of, if you're black, you want to keep the pressure, so you can put your queen in here, applying pressure on that knight over here and also applying pressure on this pawn right here. And how can you protect both? Okay, you can protect both by simply retreating here. You can do that, or you can castle on the queen side, protecting this, and also the rook protecting this. And yeah, your king is safe, and you're still keeping the nice aggressive attack, right? In the future, you might want to look onto pushing this pawn forward, right? And when you get this bishop in play, or you can get your knight out, and or you can keep pushing this pawn, supporting by this rook right here. So there's a lot of things that you could do in here, right? You can castle in the king side, but obviously there's a lot of obviously the queen and the bishop is attacking on the king side, and you can form an attack here going on the queen side. Let's go back. Hold up. Let's look at other variations. What the hell happened? Okay, where are we? Okay, the next if the okay we're right here, right? Okay, the thing is the bishop is being aggressive again. Okay, we're in this, right? So if the pawn again, if it responds to that, you don't have to put your bishop in here. You can just have it in here, right? This is called the poison pawn, right? It means that you can take this pawn right here, and I mean, if you're white, you can allow the black to capture this pawn, right? So, for example, I don't know this, right? You can let him capture it. No, better yet, that you can let the black capture this pawn, and when the thing goes, when the rook attacks the queen, it goes back. And the purpose of letting the black capture this pawn is so that you can have all of the control in here. But remember, black is ahead one pawn, right? So yeah, you might want to. So you gotta know that. What else? Okay, if the bishop is being very aggressive, you can again you can do this, and then that's why you can advance this, and you can do this, protecting this and the queen in here. You can also try to take, take advantage. I mean, try to kick the bishop out, and you might want to bait him to take the knight. And so look, you have two bishops, and he only has one bishop. The thing is, two bishop is better than one. All right, two bishops is better than one, and it's called the bishop pair, and it's really more helpful, especially in the end game where it's um what do you call this, where it's there's a lot of spaces, and so yeah, where you can retreat, right? And so there's a lot of ways that you can for both black and white. There's a lot of ways how that you can try to counter attack, right? But I rather play the Sicilian as black because there's a lot of ways too that you can counter attack. In the other side, you might want to try to push this pawn forward, right? For example, I don't know. Let's do this. I don't know. Yeah, push this pawn forward, right? And then let's say he castles in here, and you can have this bishop being kettle in here, and one might want to swing the rook over here, or and you want to keep pushing the pawns forward, right? Trying to break these three pawns in here. So there's a lot of ways that you can counter attack. So this line is really aggressive. Okay.